make an effective trap set, we want to look for an area of high hog traffic. What we have here is an active game trail, or you can select an area around a food plot or an active feeder that you're using. What I've selected is an area here that we're going to be using a little sapling, an oak sapling, as an anchor. You could also use a post or some type of earthen anchor. The next step in the process is to load our spring snare. So what we do, we insert the snare tube into the end around the deer stop of our snare spring. Drop down to the ground, and we want to load our spring. Make sure you load the spring so there is absolutely no slack in the spring whatsoever, and using the vice grips that are included inside of your pig package, we lock the spring in place. At this point, we want to take the snare tube from the snare, and we want to run it along the spring to serve as a protection device for the spring when it's triggered. At this point, we want to lock the snare to our locking system around our anchor. So no matter how hard an animal pulls, he will not break the tension from the locking system. We want to make sure that the deer stop is on the corner of the trap. The next step is to pack some loose, moist soil down around the bottom of the pan. We want to pack the soil down tight so it acts as a natural walkway and the hog or your target animal doesn't feel anything unnatural. We want to bring the pan down to a very specific level, indicated by the bump at the end of the dog. The next step is to place the screen pan cover on top of the level pan. You want to make sure that you hold the spring in place with your finger if you can, and release the vice grips gently so the spring is loaded against the deer stop. Now the trap is set. Okay, now that we have our trap effectively set down in the ground, the next step is to make a natural deadfall corral. And what I mean by deadfall corral is taking some dead logs or dead branches that have fallen from the trees, and we want to make a corral in the shape of a V. The whole concept of making the deadfall corral is to get your target animal to walk into the corral and feed on the bait that's at the top of the corral. So as he's feeding, naturally he's going to walk around and you will get a rear leg snare, the most effective snare for this trap. Now that we have an effective trap set and we've built our natural deadfall corral, it's time to bait the trap. What I like to use is the HoldAHawg dry carrion bait. And what this is 98% animal renderings, which is dried meat and fat, and 2% spice. It smells like crab oil, not bad. We can't stress enough the importance of scent control around your trap set. If you'll notice, I've been wearing my rubber gloves, nitrile gloves that are included in the pig package. I've also been using my kneeling pad. Very important part of the trap set process. When you're using a kneeling pad, you want to make sure you always keep the same side up, the side that retains your scent. You don't want to get any human scent transferred from your jeans or from your shoes down around your trap set. Always try to use a kneeling pad. In addition, if you don't have any scent blocker, HoldAHawg also sells a 4-ounce bottle of genuine hog urine. Sprinkle a little bit, or in a spray bottle, spray a little bit around the trap set area to cover any human scent. What makes our snaring system non-lethal and humane is the deer stop that we've inserted and modified onto our snare. The deer stop stops the cable spring from closing all the way down on the animal's leg, down to about the size of a quarter, so it doesn't affect the circulation of the caught animal. You'll also notice here we have the catch-friendly sleeve. It's been placed at the end of our snare to reduce any damage to any caught animal, and if it's to be released, it can be released virtually unharmed.